Good evening. Welcome to Music by the Sea at the Victoria International Marina, downtown Victoria. This is the third concert we've done this year in this venue, and it's a spectacular location. And the thing about tonight is that it's still light out. The last two we did were in the dark, so we're going to see a sunset. Oh, there's a sunset now. So it's going to be a fabulous evening here. And tonight we are presenting the Oliver Ryan Jazz Trio, and the personnel on the drums, Ethan Olnick on the drums. Hello, Ethan over there. And Isaiah Smith on the double bass, and of course Ryan on the saxophones. And then on the other side of the hall, we have the classical component of the concert, and that's Hannah Craig, who's going to play the Bach Cello Suite in C major. That's the third one. So through the evening, we'll go back and forth between jazz and classical, and that is consistent with the mandate of Music by the Sea, which is to be equally as enthusiastic about jazz as classical repertoire. So without any more talking from me, I'd like to start right off with the Ryan Oliver Trio, and they're going to play a wonderful song, and it's from the old days. It's from before 1926, because that makes it public domain, and we don't have to pay royalties. But it's, "I'm Just an Old Cowhand." Thank you, Ryan. That was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. I was trying to be an old cowhand there, but it was just fantastic. And before we go on to the next segment, which will be Hannah playing the prelude of the Bach C major solo cello suite, I need to fill you in some details about who we are tonight, who we all are, what we're doing, and why we're doing it. And of course, we're at the new downtown Victoria International Marina, but there's 4 major partners involved, and it's great that there's all these collaborators going together. One is the Marina, one is Music by the Sea, the other is Czech TV, which will be broadcasting this at a later date. And the 4th partner, of course, is the Victoria Hospitals Foundation. And so the way these concerts are working is that we're, after donations are all received, and I encourage you to donate, and the best place to donate, by the way, is at our website, musicbythesea.ca. At any rate, when we get some money, what we like to do, if we can, is write a check to the Victoria Hospitals Foundation. We've done this twice so far, and it's really a great way to raise funds for both sectors, the arts and the healthcare sector at the same time. Now, we couldn't do tonight, though, if we didn't have a sponsor to help us defray the expenses of what we have to do here. There's 8 cameras in the room. There's a crew of 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, 4 musicians. So there's a good crowd, and it's a lot of work that goes into these concerts. So we're so happy tonight that we can tell you that we have an exclusive sponsor for tonight in the form of Briar Hill Realty Group at Remax Camosun. And Jane Johnston is here to talk to you and have a conversation about why she chooses to support the Victoria Hospitals Foundation and tonight's proceedings.
Well, thank you everybody for allowing me to come in and actually see you in person. It's really extraordinary, and what an amazing venue we have here. I am part of the Visions Committee for the Victoria Hospital Foundation, and last year we raised over $1 million in our Visions event. And of course, with COVID, we haven't been able to do anything this year. Since 2020. So we're trying to find different ways to help support both local musicians and our local community. And so when this event came up and the opportunity came up, I just saw a win-win-win for everybody. So happy to sponsor and give you guys some employment and to donate to the foundation so that we can have this amazing event in this fascinating venue.
Well, please accept our gratitude and appreciation and know that we really, really do appreciate it.
Yeah, and we want to ask people, if you're interested, to please donate to the Victoria Hospital Foundation. As you mentioned, through the website Music by the Sea, we really want to support our local community, and I think music is a way of people expressing what's in their soul. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, speaking of soul, Bach's music is going to hit your soul, and so we're going to start now with the prelude from the 3rd Suite in C major, played by Hannah Craig. don't really want to applaud too soon after that because it's nice to have a little bit of a gap in between the end of the piece and any other sound. That was beautifully played. Thank you. And before we go back to the jazz side of the room, I will talk a little bit about Music by the Sea. For those of you that don't know, Music by the Sea is in its 15th year, and it would normally be in Bamfield, BC, which is where we started in 2006. And it's a mentorship program, a school, and a festival, which is not an uncommon pattern for this kind of an organization. You have a mentorship program, and then you have all the people arrive for the festival, and it overlaps, and they're all there for a while, and then you have a festival. However, our plans in 2020 were to expand and bring everything we do in Bamfield into this room for a run in Victoria, which was going to be a great expansion of what we do, but unfortunately we were not able to do that because of COVID-19. However, we are doing these streaming concerts now during the winter, which is something we've never done before. So there's always something new that comes out of a huge change like this, and I'm really hoping that it will, in the end, turn into something even better. And I really am enjoying these concerts that we're doing. And I'd like to make a real sort of shout out and thank you to the artists that have taken part, because we've had just such great playing and great music. And so these are achieving a few things. It's achieving an opportunity for these artists to play and give to us their great gift of music, but it's also an opportunity for the community to hear it. And so it's not just about raising money, it's about doing what we do and then keeping that going. And I just want to do one more shout out to the board of Music by the Sea, because they've been very, very patient and going along with all of these schemes to try and keep the wheels on the bus, as it were. And I'd like to do another shout out to one of our former and longtime sponsors, really. I consider a sponsor always a sponsor. And you'll see above the piano there's a light chandelier in the form of a grand piano. If the frame is in the shape of the grand piano, and it's light interactive. So when I do this, watch. Boop, boop, boop. It responds with lights. And it was made by Limbic Media for Music by the Sea and for me personally, actually. And it's for sale. No. But Limbic Media has been a great support over the years. And one of their employees was somebody named Christopher Weddick, and he is now a board member for Music by the Sea, and he's in charge of all of our social media. So special shout out to Christopher for all the work he's doing for these concerts. Thank you, Chris. Okay, now we're gonna move back to some jazz music. And I believe this is Don't Stop the Carnival. That was great, you guys. Thanks. Back in the room to the classical side shortly. But before we do, I just want to mention that since we are partners with the Victoria Hospitals Foundation, and COVID-19 is a very, very worrisome thing, that we do pay attention in this room, and we're all sanitized and masked, except when we're speaking or playing the saxophone. And there's no audience. And so the fact that there is no audience is one of the reasons that really, to make these work, we do need to ask for donations because we can't sell tickets. And so there's nobody in the room. Now, there is one additional audience member, which is Bronson here. You might have seen Bronson in a few other of our shows. Bronson has definitely not got COVID. He's not even breathing, so I don't think it's possible. So he doesn't even need a mask. So just that let you know that Bronson has not missed a concert yet. So we always have some audience. That's just a bit of silliness because I think I've probably gone silly in this last year, but at least I'm making Ryan laugh over there. Okay, now the next segment will be Hannah playing the second and third movements of the cello suite in C major by Bach, and that'll be the Allemande and the Courante. That's fantastic. I really enjoyed that one. All of them, in fact. Before we move on to the next section, I want to talk about something that I've been asked to talk about, actually. And that is, there's a piano over there behind Ryan. And it's a significant piano. And oh, you can stay there, Ryan. You don't have to, you don't have to move. Now, last concert we did, Louise Rose was playing it, and my goodness, the sound she got out of it was fantastic. But just going to put in a little bit of information about this piano. It's one of the great pianos of the world, and it's a Steinway D, which means it's a concert grand. But what people don't know about it is that it's a CD, and there's only a few CDs that were made, a few hundred, and that they were meant to be the very best, and they were sent out to the Schubert chain of theaters around North America. And half of them stayed in New York at Steinway Hall, right across from Carnegie Hall. And if you were a concert artist and you were playing Carnegie Hall, you would go over to Steinway Hall and you would just pick out the piano you wanted, and they'd take it around the corner, put it on the stage. But that piano is from 1928, and arguably the zenith of the piano age. The piano was at its most important spot in music at that time. This is before electric guitars and all the rest of that. So it's an important instrument, and it was sent out to Victoria in 1928, and was on the stage at the Royal Theatre for many, 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 many years. And I'd love to do some more research and find out exactly who has played that piano. It might be very surprising to find out. I've tried, I've been unsuccessful, so I'm welcoming anybody who's got those kinds of skills to do some research on who would have played that piano. Kind of interesting. 1928. So we're talking about older stuff. And well, maybe I should just try playing it. Maybe do a little bit of playing. Now, if I come over and play it, can I bring Bronson with me? Okay, I need Bronson. No, it's okay. I think I got Bronson. And yeah, Bronson. Bronson's going to come. So we'll see what this piano sounds like. microphone here. Okay, so we're going to play a Gershwin song, which is in public domain, which means it's older than 1926. This piano hadn't been born yet, but it was about to be born. The last concert, Louise Rose was talking quite a bit about the American Songbook. And the American Songbook Trio is the name of her group, right? And we were talking a little bit about how popular songs came into being and became popular. And a lot of it was from the stage. So if you were a composer, you wanted your songs to be in a musical, because that's how they became known. Think of all the Irving Berlin songs, and think of all the jazz standards that we play, that all came from a show. Certainly Irving Berlin, Rodgers and Hart, Gershwin, all those kinds of standards. Harry Warren, the one we played earlier, that was from a movie. This song I'm going to play, though, it's got an interesting story, because composers then, they had a whole pile of songs in a briefcase, and they could just kind of shell them out to a show, and if you got it into a show, hopefully it would be successful. If you're producing it yourself and you're the composer, you could make changes, right? So they would mount a new musical in New York, and then they take it out around Connecticut and other places first, and all the things that weren't working, they would change. And if a song was a real failure, they'd kick it out. Well, this song was a complete disaster, and it's called The Man I Love, and Gershwin tried to put it in a musical, and everybody hated it. It was terrible. It just didn't work at all. Then they went to England, and they tried it there. Still didn't work there. But then, for some reason, somebody recorded it, and it was on the radio, and it became a huge hit. So it's kind of an interesting story about The Man I Love, and got picked up as a jazz standard, sort of outside of the context of the musical. So we're going to do a bit of that. Oh, that was fun. This piano, you know, I tell you, it is a magical thing. It's, I don't know, has anybody watched Spinal Tap before? Do you know when they talk about the amplifier that goes up to 11? Well, that is this piano. Most amplifiers, and if you crank it up to 9 out of 10, it starts to distort a bit, right? And pianos are like that too. If you put too much effort, if you play too loud, they start to break up. But this one does not. You can put as much into it as you want, and it will just keep giving more sound. We don't know why, but it's just the magic of it being that particular Steinway. It's a CD. Okay, now we're going to go back to Hannah, and you're going to play the Saraband of the Bach, third Bach suite. moving towards the end of this is our last set on this side of the room, I think. Well, before we get into this last set, I just thought I would have Jane on the other side of the room have a chance to talk a little bit more. Are you enjoying yourself tonight?
Well, first of all, have you ever been to a critical care facility? You'll see that when people are in critical care, it's like a finely tuned machine, and everybody works together and ensures that they're literally, my father went in for heart surgery, and they literally are operating those machines like the way you guys are playing music, together, synchronized. I'm not a musician myself, so I'm really fascinated by the interplay and how everybody is coordinated and listening. And I just want to say that the same thing happens in a hospital. So please, if you can, please donate to the Victoria Hospital Foundation, and they should go through
musicbythesea.ca.
Yeah. So I do think this is a valuable event tonight. You're doing 3 more, is that right?
Yes, I can't remember if I announced earlier tonight, but this is the 3rd of the year, and we've decided this week to do 3 more. So there'll be one, it'll be the last Sunday of every month, so April, May, and June.
And are you on YouTube?
Yes, we're on YouTube and also Facebook, and that's live tonight. So, and if you go to our website, musicbythesea.ca, there's a button to watch on YouTube, there's a button to watch on Facebook, there's a button to donate online, and there's another button to donate by check if you want to, because sometimes people want to do that.
Right, so please donate to both organizations. Both are important for the health and welfare of our community. I think music, I'm formerly a phys ed teacher, and I know that we were the subject of cuts many times, and so has been music. And you can see there's such talent here and passion and expertise, and I'm really impressed by your knowledge, by the way. So please donate to Music by the Sea so that we can continue with this event. And if you want to sponsor, how do they get in touch with you?
They would just phone the phone number that's there, which is 250-888-777-2.
Awesome. 250-888-777-2.
250-888-777-2.
Okay, so we hope to see you next month on the last Sunday.
Yes, yes. And since you're talking about well-oiled machines, the other machine in the room is the crew. And I was looking at them tonight. It's the same crew that we've had now, and I know them. So they're really working this together. I'll tell you who it is. It's Holland on the big jib here, and it's Grayson over there on the fancy computer stuff, and it's Mike on sound and Michael on this camera and Delaney on that camera, and behind them all doing the switching is the mastermind, Darcy. So it's Darcy Beck Productions. Thank you, guys. We'll do one more Gershwin one, right? That doesn't bring us to the end because we haven't finished the Bach. Sweet. And now it's going to be Bourrées and Jig. Okay. Thank you, Hannah. Fantastic. That's 3 suites you've now played, 1 month apart. And maybe you'll play one more in April. We'll see. Yeah. We've come to the close of our concert tonight. And just to wrap this up, I want to thank once again to the Briar Realty Group at Remax Camosun.
Briar Hill Group at Remax Camosun.
Did I get that sort of
Close
right?
enough.
Close enough.
Jane Johnston.
And it's Jane Johnson. And also love to thank all the artists tonight for playing so beautifully, and the crew. And of course, all of our partners, which is the Victoria Hospitals Foundation, Czech TV, and not last but least, the Victoria International Marina. A big shout out to Greg, who's back there. Thank you, Greg, so much for spearheading this project at the very beginning, because Greg's wife works in the hospital, and that was the connection that made us think of this in the first place. And I think it's been a win-win, as you said, a win-win, maybe a win-win-win-win. There's 4 major organizations and the sponsors, of course. So thank you all. And I think, how about if you, Ryan, just count in a blues and F, and we'll just play that for a while, and we can use that to fade to black when we edit it later.
Just want to say thank
Yes.
you very much. I really enjoyed the show tonight, and it was amazing. And if anybody, please subscribe on YouTube, and don't forget to donate to Music by the Sea, and a portion of your money will go to the foundation, Victoria Hospital Foundation.
We're still live. Good night, all. I hope you enjoyed the concert. And don't forget, April, May, June, last Sunday of the month, YouTube, musicbythesea.ca, and Facebook for Music by the Sea. Thank you all. And thank you, Bronson.